Hey guys, it's Evan Starr here, and today I'm gonna show you something that's quite frankly a little bit embarrassing. I've got about I want to say 35, maybe 40 Chaos Space Marines. You can see a squad of Raptors mixed in there too. And I found these Space Marines, these Chaos Space Marines, when my brother and I were getting ready and building some terrain for our SmackDown demo. And I just found them in a box and didn't realize I actually had these models, and it looks like I bought them secondhand, and somebody went at them pretty aggressively with some army painter. So they could use some love, but I want to say for about 3 or 4 years they'd just been sitting in this box that I didn't know about, along with some other terrain and things, just basically collecting dust. So that's one thing. This is a command group for Dark Elf Executioners. This is a box that I bought, I don't know, I want to say 4 or 5 months ago, that I was supposed to try and do some conversion work on to make a Blood Bowl team. Still very much in the box, no work done there. This is a box of Striking Scorpions that I think I bought a few years ago, and I think I even started to paint 1 or 2 of the models. Yeah, I actually did some work on the Exarch here, and then just kind of lost interest and stopped painting it. And so they've been sitting around for some time. This is looks like a beat up box of Dire Avengers. You can see that the price is very old. You'll never find a box of Dire Avengers for 20 bucks anymore. And in fact, this hobby store has been out of business for some time. I'm not sure exactly how I got that. I think I won a tournament or something and bought some stuff in the store. But again, you know, still in the wrap, doing nothing, just gathering dust here in the house. This is a 30th edition White Dwarf. Got suckered into buying this one time at a GW. They said, hey, we're never going to make this miniature again. I don't play dwarves. I hardly play fantasy. I think I've played like maybe 6 games of fantasy in my entire career. But again, another box that's wrapped up, ready to go, just gathering dust. And then you've got some various stuff around the house. This is I think this is a Games Day Space Marine or some sort. I don't remember, but we'll just add him here to this pile of shame. That's what I'm calling this. This is a pile of shame. This is a Warhammer box set that I bought maybe 6 months ago. And again, go into the box. Things are still on sprues. Looks like I did make an attempt to do some Seaguard and aborted that to pick up Blood Bowl. So we can add that to the pile of shame, if you will. And really that's what this video is about. This video is hopefully for new gamers as a message. And that message is that veteran gamers all have a pile of shame. Now my pile of shame, from what I gather, is really not as much as, say, many other gamers. I've been gaming for about 20 years now, and this isn't, by many standards of veteran gamers, this isn't much, but if you tally all of this stuff up, this is actually quite a bit of money. Just sitting around, part of a hobby that really not really contributing to anything, and really just really embarrassing. I know my brother Heretic of You, but we say that each of us has each painted about 1,000 miniatures or more. I would say that we're well above 1,000 each, but I mean, even both of us have a pile of shame, if you will, of things that are just lying around that was money that's basically thrown into a fire on the hobby that's probably not going to see any sort of love or gaming or action anytime soon. And that's the message to get to new gamers, really, is that, you know, these hobbies are amazing. They're a lot of fun. There's a lot of fun to be had in painting and modeling and that sort of thing. But you may be impulsive like us. You may be goaded into buying things. You may collect things and tell yourself, I'm going to paint that, or I'll put that together, and then when I have that, that'll be done and I won't have to worry about it. And you may end up doing impulse buying. You may make unwise purchases and later realize that you don't like that army that you just spent a couple $100 on, or several hours worth of time on. And you know, it's just kind of a shame. Honestly, it's just kind of sad. Conversely, you know, here's some Malifaux miniatures that I bought 2 days ago, and you can see I'm putting the finishing touches on them. I bought them 2 days ago, unwrapped them, painted them, getting ready to play them, or actually just finishing them up and then getting ready to play them. But that's part of this. The gamer fallacy, and it's a trap that I fall into, and many other gamers fall into, which is just making unwise purchases, or burying yourselves in models. When you start the hobby, there's going to be such a drive or such a fervor for you to go and pick up more stuff, and then you go online and you read a little bit more about your army or whatever, and then you want to pick up more stuff, so you buy that stuff too, and you bring all that stuff home. You know, a couple weeks go by and you're busy, you have real life issues to attend to, and you never get around to it. And before you know it, it's several years later, and you forgot that you even had any of this stuff, and it just shows up in front of you like this painful reminder of money that you just burned. So the message to new gamers is this. You really need to start slow with your purchasing. You really need to become informed about what you want to buy, what is a good use of your money and your time, and in the long run, what will result is you'll end up being happier with your hobby. You'll be able to stay on top of your painting pile, as it were. You're not going to buy large amounts of figures en masse and then decide that you don't want to play this game or this army. You know, hopefully you'll be a happier person. Your spouse will be happier with you, that you're not wasting money, and your time will not be the precious time that you have to game and to paint won't be wasted. And I'm hoping that, you know, with the next couple of videos that I put out, that the new gamers in particular will start to see that this pile of shame is it's something endemic to all gamers, all tabletop miniatures. I would say all or almost all of us table gamers have a pile of shame, often larger than the one that I've shown you. In fact, I still have other miniatures that I didn't decide to pull out. Like I have whole sprues of cities of death, buildings, terrain, just stuff that was really just a waste of money, to be quite honest with you, and it is embarrassing. That's about it. I mean, I hope that when you start to look at a hobby or look at a new game, that you don't rush into purchases, that you make wise purchases, and importantly, that you pace your purchases to go along with your time dedicated to the hobby. It's very easy to go out and blow $400 or $500 on an army one day, and then come home and realize that you have boxes and boxes of miniatures now that you have to spend hours and hours to paint. My brother actually explains this much better in his video, one of his late night ramblings actually, as far as digging yourself out of the miniature pit. I just wanted to show you a bit of my miniature pit, and kind of the, if you will, kind of the hypocrisy of buying miniatures a couple of days in and painting those up versus miniatures that have been around for a number of years now that are long forgotten. So really that's it. The next video I think we'll talk about from the very start of the gaming hobby, what a new person needs to know when they walk in that store, when they get excited about the game, before they start beating up their wallet. They're gonna need to hear a few things from some guys that have been around. So that's it, and I know this is running long, so I'm gonna stop that right here. Thanks, guys.